Alright guys, Blackwar here and welcome to another video, and today we're going to tackle 10 points and features we all want in FIFA 19, so consider this my wish list. There might be some new points that I'll add later as the year goes on, sorry. But today we've got 10 points related to either Ultimate Team, Career Mode, or like new features. So the first point will be about Ultimate Team, then Career Mode, and then the two other features, I guess. That's how I'll call them. So first of all, FIFA Ultimate Team, which is well, the main point and the main mode in FIFA since it got implemented. I think it was FIFA 10, and as the years went on, the mode is becoming a bit more boring, and that's probably due to the fact that it became competitive now with food champions and players really like being sweaty. There's no real pleasure as there was back in the days, and I think the gameplay has to be changed. Maybe creating some, like, I don't know, new modes. I don't know, FIFA could probably sort it out, but one of the things I think should be mandatory and in Ultimate Team is an improvement of the transfer market. I'll explain myself. Imagine, and that's something I came across so many times this year and even in the years before. You're looking for a special version of a certain player. Let's say, for example, imagine you want, like, I think it's FIFA 8 this year. Mohamed Salah had like an enormous amount of special cards. But if you want to search for a special, like a specific special card, you cannot, or you have to be lucky with the price ranges. I think you should be able to have an option with, like, choosing a rating or choosing the top of the card, if it's an inform, if it's a team of the year, if it's a team of the group stage, or if it's like an upgraded version of the card. I don't know, but I think the market should definitely go with an improvement. It'll make searching much more easy, much easier, I guess, than it is right now. And just like, imagine you want players from either Barcelona or Madrid. To do this, you have to either search Madrid or search Barcelona, or if you want both, you have to search Liga Santander. I think there should be an option when you can where you can choose, like, the clubs you don't want to include in your search, or filters, as in you can just check, I don't know, like five or six clubs, and search within these six only clubs you wanted for. It'll make, again, it'll be much simpler, and it's not a big deal. It's not something that EA cannot do. It's just basic features, adding filters, and that's why, like, people go on websites such as Footbin or Foothead or Footways, because they have these features, and then they can, like, look for the specific players they want on their console. But it takes time, and I think EA would definitely be making the right move if they were to change their filters and the market as a whole. Now, to stay on the market with a bit of a different point, we're going to head back to FIFA 14, which was a great game, and there was one feature that just was massive for FIFA as a whole and for the YouTube community, and that was the possibility of making trades. It led to some of the biggest videos we've known on FIFA YouTube, on like the FIFA version of YouTube, with the pink slips. Everyone probably remembers, well, everyone, for the people who were there at the moment, everyone remembers KSI's pink slips, Harry's pink slips. Like, it was a madness. And when they introduced price ranges, which it's very dumb, very dumb. I think this has to go as well. But it killed a part of FIFA. It really did, because you had the ability before to play with a certain aim in your match, and you could do wagers with your friends, being like, okay, well, if you win, I'll give you, I don't know, I'll give you Zlatan Ibrahimovic. But if I win, you give me Lionel Messi or some things like this. But it was always nice to see, because now when you want to do such thing, it's like, oh well, let me min list him, and hopefully you can get him. But there's like 1 chance out of 10 that you won't get him. So I think the trades has to come back. I think the price ranges, well, they just have to go. If you want, that was meant to like ban people buying credits, but I mean, I never bought credits, like, or maybe like 100k, but that was before price ranges, and even though I got banned because I transferred coins from an account to another. So instead of like bothering the market with price ranges, I actually go and ban the people who do buy coins, because a wager was just, it was such a great feature on the Ultimate Team, and the fact that they removed it makes me pisses me off, and that was 4 years ago. So that's definitely something they have to address. Moving on from FIFA Ultimate Team, we're going to go on to career mode. This was the pinnacle of FIFA back in the days, and it still is a feature that's being played. One of the biggest career mode career mode YouTuber being MGH, and he averages a nice amount of views. But I think it could do, the career mode should definitely do with an improvement. There's 2 main points in my ideas for FIFA 19. The first one being able to do an online career mode. Now, people have wanted this for years and years, and I don't see why we couldn't do it. I honestly don't know why we couldn't do it. Imagine your best friend is a complete fan of Manchester United, and he's always trying shit about you because you're Sports City. Well, you can have, and you're both good at FIFA. Well, you can finally have the opportunity to settle your arguments on FIFA. I mean, there's other ways to settle an argument, I agree. You can do it on Football Manager, but that takes time and it needs a computer. Everyone nearly has the ability to play FIFA. Well, everyone. Everyone who plays FIFA has the ability to do it. And I genuinely think that an online career mode is a great step for FIFA 19. And that would also mean, it will also show that EA still care about the core of their game, with the core of the people. I buy the game every year since 2011. Until December, I think I play Ultimate Team. Upon the end of the Team of the Year, I play Ultimate Team. Then I drop down a bit. I play career mode since, well, I play career mode, since the release to like March, April, and then the game dies. Yes, they did improve the mode this season. Okay, that's true. By adding some nice features, but very repetitive, like the fact that you're just signing a contract. It's nice. It's the direction in which you should go, but I think it has to be much more important. So the changes, as well as online career mode, I think if they can't do this, one thing they could definitely do is club creation. You should be able to create your club, to pick out some players, not building the best team, like you have a specific budget, and you can buy some players you want to build a team. You start in a division that's related to the players you have in your club, and just roll with it and lead your club to the success. How fun would that be? Honestly, because I'm fucking tired of making a career mode with the Premier League team, because that's what I do every year. But at one point, I'm like, okay, I've done everyone. I think on FIFA 16, I had done a career mode with one club from at least every country in the game. Yes, it took me time. Okay, yes, I had no life. But, God, I want something new. That's why I never played career mode this season. My Stoke City career mode is the furthest I've been this season. And I'm like 15 or 18 games in. And I genuinely think that creating a club on FIFA 19, making a career mode with it, and leading your club to the success, kind of like a road to glory, would be an incredible idea. I genuinely think it. But again, that's it's EA's decision. Um, Next up, to stay at the beginning of the pyramid, managers. Managers as in either an improved customization of the manager, like you can customize your player since, I don't know, FIFA 11, FIFA 12, maybe even more than that. You've always had the ability to customize your manager, your player. Why do you have to select between 9 generated generic faces when you can create it? I don't get it. Just because I'm always picking the same one, or like I'm always between two. I would like to have my own manager in the game, and that's not something that requires a lot of work. It's just implementing a feature which is also meant is evolving the game, improving the game, and that's what FIFA should be thinking about every single year, instead of being like, oh, we added cameras on FUT Champions so you can watch best players. Yeah, cool. They usually have Twitch. You can watch the game on Twitch. You don't have to be losing time on your console watching a game when you can watch it on your computer or your phone whilst playing FIFA. And I think that's a massive point that EA has to address, and that's improving the game with small little implements to just make the game better. I'm not asking for a complete renewal of the game, just little bits here and there to just improve the game as a whole. Now, when you're launched obviously into the game, there's things you have to play. You've got the objectives obviously. There's one thing, it's not a point in my thing, I just thought about it. Well, I guess I can I'll have it in staff. So staff, I think we should be able to, like, kind of like in Football Manager, have a dedicated staff to some tasks. For example, if you've got a player that's injured, let's say for 8 months, you could buy in like a market specific to a staff. You can buy maybe if you're a big club, the best physio in the world, and instead of having an 8-month injury, you're gonna have a 6-month injury, or 7 months. But something that you have to pay for, but that would help you. You can buy, obviously you can buy scouts, and exactly the same system. You could buy managers, or like secondary managers, I guess. You could buy, as I said, physios. You can buy, I don't know, like specific managers for a specific role. And following this thing, you can also select a chairman. And speaking of chairman, there's one thing that has to be addressed and to be added back into the game, because I don't know what went into EA's mind when they got rid of it. Please bring back like the asking for the mounts feature. Why was it gone? It was great. Imagine your last day of the transfer window, you need 200,000 euros to get a massive signing to your club that will change everything. You've got 45 million. They ask for 45,250,000, and you can't get them for 200k. Why? Because EA decided to remove the asking for an amount feature. It's so dumb, because this player will help you to improve, and that's why you would say, like, give me this amount of money, but then I can guarantee that my team will improve on the objectives, which was the whole point of the feature, and it was great. So I don't know why they removed it. It's very dumb. So this has to come back. Everyone said it. This has to come back. Next feature in career mode is youth teams. Now, we've always been able to get youth players into the team via the scouts, and although it's good, it's nice. Okay, it's a good feature, but sometimes that means like you have to train them, and by training them, you cannot improve your actual players because you're improving your players in the development center, sorry, and they rarely play. And when they play, they're like 50 rated, and they play against big teams. So I think what would be good is that um, you should be have the ability for a certain amount of money at the beginning of the game to be like, okay, well, I'm gonna spend such amount on a youth team that would be playing in, let's say, the under 19 Premier League. And then you can send your players that you've scouted, you can send them to this team so they can play and improve against players of their level, of their year. And if one of them is very good, then you can just be like, okay, you won't play against your team in the 19, you're going to be in my squad for this game with the senior team. And I think that's a very good point. Like, it would be, because it's always just, how could I say? It's just long to improve a player from like 51 rated to its maximum potential, who's generally 94. It takes years. And if you do this, then again, you're not improving your actual players in the squad. So if in my squad I have already 5 players that work for my youth team, and then like improving, but they all have 94 potential, what do I do with the 5 guys that have 94 potential in my development center? And that's where the youth team comes in. So I think that's something very important that has to be addressed, and it's not a big deal. EA can definitely do it. So that was it for career mode. There's 2 small points. Well, small points. There's one. That's something I want. It's not gonna happen. I know it. But that would be a FIFA Street mode. Now, when the journey got released, I think it was this one. I didn't even finish the journey. And at the beginning of the game, you're set in Brazil, and you play FIFA Street, or a version of FIFA Street. So please, for the sake of God, either release a FIFA Street mode in the game, or release FIFA Street. Just do something. Actually, something that would, I don't know, improve the game and make people want to buy it, because there's been nothing new for the past 3 or 4 years now, I think. So come on, EA, get a grip. Listen to like your customers for once. To stay on like brand new modes, I think a World Cup mode should be added, or like something similar. Because yes, you've got tournaments, but first of all, who plays tournaments? And you don't even have like the team that were in the World Cup, because teams like Croatia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, they're not in the game. I think that's a licensing issue, but like, I'd love to play with the Croatian team. And stop asking me in career mode to play with India. I don't want to play with India. It's just not gonna happen. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, like, create modes that will make people want to buy the game and want to play it. That's the whole point of FIFA. Enjoying the game. And that's just not happening in the recent years with what they've been doing. Now the final point, it's a very small one, but I'm really like focused on the small details, like the small things that make the game stand out. The things that are like, oh, okay, they thought about this. All right, okay, it's good. I once did a career mode with I think it was Portsmouth. No, it was Peterborough. Sorry, Peterborough, and in 4 years they were in the Champions League. Why the fuck do I still have a Sky Bet League 1 badge? So I think every year you should have, if you're promoted, you should have the ability to change your badge to the league you've been promoted to. And if you're promoted to the Champions League, then on the other sleeve, you should be able to have the Champions League badge. It's small feature, again, but come on, it makes the game a bit better. It's the small details here and there, as I said earlier. Please, think about these things here. They probably won't watch this video, first of all because I have a small audience, and second of all because they don't really care about, like, about us, unless it's like, oh wait, you've bought credits, let me ban you. That's the only thing where I got contact with EA, it's when they banned me. Even when I got hacked, they were like, yeah, that's not my problem. I mean, I'm digressing. So yeah, these were my 10 points that I want to see in FIFA 19. This was my wish list. As I said at the beginning, I'll probably add some points later on and make a second video, maybe specific to career mode or to Ultimate Team, or I don't know, something else. But yeah, as I said, that was the 10 points. Please make sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below whether you want to see these points or if you want to see anything else. I'll answer to everyone. And make sure that you're subscribed to this channel for more FIFA content, Football Manager and Pro Cycling Manager. Yeah, I've been Blackwar. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys, and